Cheers.
Clink, clink, clink.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Between Two Pints. I'm your host, Rob, and with me today is Marco and Larissa.
Hello.
And you guys are here to talk to me about your Kickstarter campaign that you just launched.
That's right.
This morning.
Oh my god. Who clicked the button?
That was me.
Oh, really?
Producer, click the button.
Was there an argument? Like, was there a talk over it? Did you have to come to some negotiations?
No.
Not really.
Right. So tell me about the Kickstarter. What's it for? What's it called?
The project is called Dogs.
Dogs.
If you want to put on the full title, it's Dogs, a This War of Mine adaptation.
And This War of Mine is actually like a really cool indie game, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it came out last year. Pretty much everyone loves it.
What's the name of the company that made it?
The company's name is 11-Bit Studios. They are from Poland.
Oh, wow.
They're a really small studio that has recently expanded because of the immense success they've enjoyed with This War of Mine.
It doesn't look like a small studio game.
Yeah. It really looks fantastic, but that's mostly because they really have their art style down and they know exactly what they're doing.
I've actually checked out your Kickstarter page, and don't worry, I'll donate later tonight, I promise.
Thank you.
I'm absolutely supportive of you guys, and it's so great you could come on the show, but like the trailer looks sick, dude. Like,
Thanks, man.
Like, now, were you the director or the cinematographer?
For the trailer, I was both.
Okay.
Because my cinematographer had to drop out due to scheduling.
Sorry. He had to drop out.
He had to drop out because he just couldn't make it. I didn't have time to find somebody else. And because it was a fairly simple shoot, and I am actually a cinematographer myself, I just did that part too.
But you really want to be a director. Is that what you're telling me?
That is correct.
That's cool. And you did a great job at both. Like, even the trailer, it looks really exciting. I was watching this, I was like, damn!
It also helped that he knew exactly what he wanted going in. Like, he
generally
had
helps.
Extensive shot lists planned out. We knew exactly... He knew how to light it. We had done a lot of location scouts before. Like, we had everything planned, so the shoot went really, really smooth. I had scheduled, 8 hours, and we got it done in 5.
Oh, really? So all of that was shot in one day?
One day.
Excellent. And now, so you guys want to raise, what is it, $25,000?
$25,000.
And you want to make a really awesome 15-minute short film. Mm-hmm. And you've actually reached out to the developers. Like, I looked at your Kickstarter and you've got screenshots of the game and I was like, wow, I really hope they've talked to the developers. But you guys have, right? Like, tell me about that.
That's right.
Yeah, we've actually been in contact with the lead designer when we first reached out, just asking if they would be willing to support us.
Actually, I think he's the senior writer.
Did you just email them, or?
We literally went to the homepage, clicked on that email in the About section, sent out an email, hey, we really like your game. We want to make it into a short film. Here's the script. Here's the teaser.
Yeah.
So you know what we can do and what we want to do. And they came back to us, I think, within a week.
Something like that.
Yeah, and they just said, hey, looks awesome. Sure thing.
Wow, that's so, exciting and awesome because, I feel like video games and film are just beautifully put together. I just finished StarCraft 2 and the cutscenes are almost photorealistic, and it makes a game that has, really abstract non-first person gameplay elements still seem really like a beautiful story. And This War of Mine is it's like a sort of side scroller, isn't it? Or it's like a side view.
It is a side view. I wouldn't call it a scroller because...
You're right. It's not.
You can go back and forth.
I'm sorry, Kat. I'm sorry, viewers. That was wrong.
What I actually find very interesting about This War of Mine and some other games is that they tell certain stories that only work within the framework of the game.
Yes.
Basically, playing the game is telling the story.
Right.
To you, which is something you can't do in a movie. But I just saw that universe that story is set in, and I could think of so many more compelling stories that can be told through film.
Now, what's the main name of your character, or what's the main character's name?
The main character's name is Artyom.
Artyom.
Yeah. Now
that sounds familiar. I've played Metro 2033, and I really love that game. And is that is that the name? What? Yeah, tell me more about that.
You're right. That is the name of the main character from Metro 2033.
But they can't trademark or copyright a person's first name.
It is just another first name from that region.
Right.
I believe it is a Russian name.
Okay.
Which is not exactly what I was going for, but I just really like that name.
It does inspire a sense of heroism to people who play. It's a good, strong name.
And Justin Turnbull, who's playing Artyom, I think he does a pretty good job of selling the heroism of the name.
Yeah, it looked great. I really liked I actually, as a color guy, I really liked the coloring of it. It leaned away from the whole like teal and orange, which is really popular right now, and looked,
That's
good.
actually really funny because the first color pass was exactly teal and orange. And we were just like, you know what, that doesn't quite look right. Let's change it. So, we dialed the teal more towards blue and the orange. Well, they're still orange because, of the most of it is lit by the lantern, which is fire.
Right, yeah,
But,
and that has to be warm.
Yeah.
But, I really liked the coloring of it, and I felt like it was strikingly, I want to say mature, but that's weird. So
Well, the color palette that did end up getting picked was very similar to the color palette of this War of Mine, which is the word I like to use is charcoal, like charcoal paint. It's very black and white and kind of gritty feeling. So that palette lends itself really well to film as well.
That's certainly true.
So, tell me some details about your Kickstarter. You've got, what are some of do you have any interesting perks, and how long is it lasting? What is the date to the viewers? People will be watching this. They may be watching this in the distant future, so if it's 2019, they've probably missed their chance.
That's right. We are going for 30 days.
So, your guys' campaign ends on May 25th.
May 25th.
That's right.
In the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, viewers, if you're watching this, you need to donate before, May 23rd or 22nd.
Please.
And are there some interesting perks you guys have come up with?
I wouldn't necessarily say interesting. We're not doing anything that hasn't been done before, but we have some postcards. We have tickets to the premiere.
Okay, and that'll be in Vancouver?
That will be in Vancouver. Travel and accommodation are not covered, unfortunately.
However, the coolest perk I'd say is that we have a very limited offer for being an extra as well. Only 3 people can be a part of this, but in addition to getting VIP tickets, seeing the trailer before, or seeing the finished product before anybody else, and poster and other little perks as well.
That's really cool.
One thing I would like to add is I'm very happy that our lowest perk, which is $2 Canadian, is already that you get to see the movie before anybody else. I see many campaigns that put the actual product that you're kickstarting at a higher perk, say $10 or $20. And I was thinking to myself, what would I be willing to pay to see a short film? And I think $2 is a good number for that.
I guess let's hear about some backstory. So Larissa, we met at fencing, which is awesome. We met crossing swords.
And then I was like, hey, I like your shirt, because it was a shirt from Standard Action.
It was the Standard Action t-shirt, yes.
And I was like, hey, I like your shirt. And you're like, don't I know you from somewhere?
Yeah.
And then we realized we both are into D&D.
And you were in
Web
One
series.
Hit Die.
One Hit Die, yeah.
So we both make nerdy fantasy web series.
Yeah.
And so Marco, how did you enter this equation?
I took the plane.
You took the plane. That is absolutely correct. I won't argue with that. But how did you end up in Vancouver? Making film, being a director?
Well, I grew up in Germany, Hamburg, Germany. Went to film school there. And once I was done, I was looking for jobs, couldn't find any in Germany. So I looked at other places, and I've been to Vancouver a couple of times before. Really like it. It's a beautiful place. And basically just came over, looked for jobs, found one right away, and have stayed here. I'm glad you stayed. And with that, we are out of time. So hey, please check out these guys' Kickstarter. We'll have information in the comments below. It's what was it called? It's
A This War of Mine independent adaptation.
And they'll have links below. And guys, you should totally check it out. Go down and at least drop in $2 so you can see the movie before everybody else. It's going to be really good.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah. So drink along, leave some comments, talk about your favorite post-apocalyptic violent video game stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching.